Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, Windows to Heaven Art. It is so good to be back in the studio doing some videos. I haven't done any in quite a while. It's because the holiday season was super crazy busy and I didn't have any time to put anything out. I try to do a video normally every week or so, but obviously that won't be the case every time. So here is a video where I have a painting planned out, a commissioned work that I'm doing in oils on a canvas, which is this size right here. And I know what I'm going for. I have it already planned out digitally. You may have seen my video where I go into my design process, so definitely check that out. That is basically the same method that I used to plan out this painting, but I have a little bit of a dilemma because I have a very specific focal point in this painting, which is a ship, and it's got a lot of lines, a lot of detail, and I want to get it exact to the image that I created. So I ran into the question, how can I most effectively do that with the resources that I have? So what I did, and you'll watch it, but I have this right here, and it is graphite paper, and I went ahead and explored how I could use graphite paper to get my digital image onto the canvas, which was a little tricky, but let's jump right into it and see how to do it.
So I started off by doing just a really simple sketch, and then I went onto my image editing program on the computer and started to manipulate the angle of the water, etc. And I also put those images in color, just adding a little bit of color, so that I could boil down the composition into one image that I was happy with and one that I was ready to put onto the canvas and start painting. And this is the image you can see that I went with. And I made it more vertical by squeezing in the edges a little bit, and then I went ahead and took that image, and you can see how I just started to flesh it out in color, and really plan for the painting itself, which is really fun because I can explore a lot of different things in doing that, and really perfect it. And then I like to often put the final image that I get into a frame, just so I can kind of picture it even better. And now the time has come to transfer the image onto the canvas. And usually when I'm doing that, I'll just do it by eye. I'll set up my laptop with the image that I've created on GIMP, which is my photo editing program, and just look at it and paint it on. But with this particular painting, the subject here, which is the ship, was so detailed that I wanted to make sure that I got it exact. So I thought about how to do that, and I decided to first, before I tone the canvas, just put the image on using graphite paper, which is what you just saw me do, and then tone over the top of that, just to see if the graphite could hold up against my paint and the turpentine I used with it. So now I am toning the canvas with the paint, but you'll notice that I am leaving the ship out of it so far. I am toning the canvas, but I am making sure to preserve the lines of the ship without painting over them yet. And that's because I wanted to save that for last so that I could do it just a little bit more deliberately and carefully to make sure that I didn't blur all the lines of, my sketch on the canvas there out. So I'm being very careful at this point, and remember, I don't know how this is going to turn out or if it's even going to work. And I'll have to say it's probably not the most optimal way to do this, to get a very specific picture onto a canvas like that, but it worked out. You'll see here that I am going back over it because it did blur a little bit, and that's why I say it's not optimal. And I know of at least one other way to do this that requires a little bit more, a little bit different equipment, which I don't have yet at the time of this painting. So this works, but like I was saying, I had to go back over it here, and that's what you see me doing with some more of that toning paint. And retrace out all the lines. So in other words, what I'm trying to get at here is it was a little time consuming and it was a little laborious and tedious. There is the finished result with the toning and the sketch preserved. So now I can start painting, but you can do it this way. In other words, this video is to bring out maybe creative ways that we can do things cheaply. I'm really into doing that, but I'll have to make a note and say that it is definitely easier when you have the right equipment. Now, from this point on in the video, you're going to see me painting the beginning stages of the painting just like I normally do, only this painting is actually even currently not finished yet. This video is mainly kind of a short video to show you cost-effective ways of how you can take a very specifically planned out and detailed painting plan, maybe digitally, you know, or even like a sketch you've done or something, and putting it onto the canvas, and then also toning it at the same time. And so yes, the quick answer is you can do it. You can have a very specific painting planned out and put onto a canvas using graphite paper and still tone the canvas at the same time while preserving the image, only it is a little time consuming. So enjoy the rest of the painting. Also, you will see me painting in a different area, and that is because my regular studio gets too cold to paint in the winter time, and so I have to go indoors and find a temporary place to paint. And this place is actually the basement, and you'll notice that there are some very curious onlookers who are enjoying the painting process with me, aka Dixie, that's her name. She loved to sit on my lap watching me paint, so enjoy it along with her.
Great, so the video is done. I hope you were able to learn a lot. I'm not going to say the painting is done because it isn't. It's actually far from done. You can see where I'm at right now. This is far from finished. Obviously, I have a lot of work to do in the water. Pardon the canary, he is really happy right now because the sun is out. But anyway, this here is where I'm at. So yeah, it turned out really nicely. I got the proportions, the lines, the ship exactly the way I want it. So now I can go ahead and do the finishing details to this work. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope to put out some more videos soon. Until next time, God bless you guys. We'll see you later.